I think the corporate types, the corporate managers ought to study investing better because they'd be better managers. And I think that everyone who thinks about through the investment process learns more about how the world really works. And I think that's very worth having. But I do not like as big a percentage of GDP as we now have going to money management and its attendant frictions. And I don't like the percentage of the nation's brain power that is now in all of these different forms of highly compensated money management. I don't think it's a good thing for the country, and I hate the fact that we've contributed to it by our own predilections.
Charlie is only sitting up here next to me as part of his outreach program, actually. Please don't take any pictures that you could blackmail him with being associated with me. Charlie made a very good point there about how managers could do better if they understood investments. I find it absolutely fascinating, and I've seen this throughout my life. I've seen it close up. I will have friends who are CEOs of companies, and they'll have somebody else handle their money. If you say to them, should you buy Coca-Cola or Gillette or something like that, they'll say, that's much too tough. I don't understand that sort of thing. What do I know about investing? And then some investment banker will walk in the next day with the idea they buy a $3 billion company, which is just buying a lot of shares of stock of one company. And they'll run through some little 2-hour presentation and turn it over to a strategic planning group and think that they are then the ones that should make that decision as to whether to buy multi-billion-dollar businesses when they really don't feel they're qualified to make $10,000 decisions with their own money. And it's extraordinary what you see in corporate America in the acquisition activity. It's a little like they say about making sausage and making laws. It's better unobserved. Charlie, you have any further thoughts on that? You've seen a lot of it with me.
Well, I do think that the present era has no comparable precedent in the past history of capitalism. I think we have a higher percentage of attention of our intelligent classes into buying little pieces of paper and trying to get rich doing it, and in promotional activities with big profit sharing fees. I can recall no past era which had a similar concentration of this type of activity. Can you, Warren?
No, but I think you would say probably too that when we've seen sort of baby versions of this, something subsequently happened.
Oh yes, if you want to talk about what are the future implications, a lot that I see now kind of reminds me of Sodom and Gomorrah. And
we weren't there, incidentally. I mean,
no, but there's a published account. And I think when you get as much sort of regrettable activity going on and sort of feeding on itself in frenzies of envy and imitation, that it has happened in the past that there came bad consequences.